Hello, 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 my collective. How are you today, my loves, my angels? It is Wednesday, so you know what that means. It is what you want to know on a Wednesday, okay? And I'm here to tell you exactly what it is you want to know. Since we did have the lunar moon as well as the 9-9 portal come back to back, I know that some of you are probably thinking or heard from the person that you're no longer in contact with. So, for my what you want to know on a Wednesday, we're going to find out, collective. Was it a karmic relationship or was it a twin flame relationship? And we're going to delve into that today because I know you probably like, I went through a lot. I learned some lessons from this. This person triggered things inside of me, but I don't know if this was my twin flame or not because they feel so similar. Okay, they are so similar in the energies. So we're gonna find out today for the majority of you with what you went through, with who you went through it with. Okay, was it a karmic relationship or was it a twin flame connection relationship? All right, Spirit guys, and I have to lead in. God, I come before you in gratitude today for the growth that you have fostered in our spiritual life. I recognize this journey is your gift, not by my strength, but by your grace. Help me to remain humble and open to your leading. Continue to nurture the fruits of your spirit within me. May I use my growth to bless others and glorify you in all that I do. Thank you for being a constant guide and unfailing source of strength. In Jesus' name, amen. I call on Michael the Archangel, my spirit guides, my ancestors who watch over me, protect me, my family and friends, and the collective as we go on this spiritual journey of healing, okay, from any negative harm, influence, or any negativity that anyone wants to throw our way. All right, guys, let's get this sage going right quick. And then we're going to get into, was this a karmic relationship or was this a twin flame relationship? And what did they trigger in you? What did you learn? Did you learn the lessons? Okay, we'll find out. All right, spirit guys, we want to know. We want to know the nature of the connection. What is the core energy? What was the core energy between the collective and the person on their mind? What was the core energy between the collective and the person on their mind? Ooh, a fly out. All right, guys, we have justice. All right, justice, a lot of times is going to show us karmic, okay? Just to get started, justice is more than likely going to show us that it was a karmic relationship more so. But as far as what was the core energy was for you guys to teach each other lessons, for you guys to awaken, to get balance. You needed to learn to balance your light in your dark, okay? So definitely this relationship that you were in was someone you crossed paths with, someone that you were meant to cross paths with, okay? Because they were to awaken something within you. They were to teach you how to balance your light in the dark within you, to balance those energies, to balance your mind and your heart, to get you into alignment, okay? To awaken things within you. They were to teach you also fairness and knowing that what you put out in the universe is what you get back. And as well as to give you truth, help you to seek truth within you, for you to recognize who you are, your truth, to live authentically in your truth and be authentically yourself, to see what you needed to fix, what areas of your life they needed to work on within you, okay? So that you can get and tap into your spiritual self. All right, so what was the collective meant to learn from this? Okay. Some of you guys are feeling trapped. All right, you were either feeling trapped in a relationship, trapped in possibly a marriage, a long term, trapped in a way of thinking, a belief system that you had. You had a victim mentality. Maybe some of you have gone through some things in your past, and you feel like you could not release the past in order to move on. All right. You just felt trapped, whether you were held back by responsibilities, you were trapped by finances, jobs, career. Something was holding you back, and you were holding yourself back, okay? You weren't allowing yourself to be authentically yourself, to follow your dreams, your passions. Some of you had questions, or some of you were questioning whatever you felt trapped by. Let's say, for example, you were in a marriage. You weren't happy in that marriage, okay? You were dealing with depression, you were sad, it was just felt heavy. You were at peace possibly when your mate was not home versus when your mate did come home, and you just felt trapped. You felt trapped into that because maybe you knew you wanted to get out, but you didn't know how to take the steps to get out. Or maybe you knew you wanted to get out, but you felt like, well, what do the people want to think? If I leave this person, how are they going to look at me? Or maybe you felt like, I don't want to be alone. Can I make it? Can I financially make it? Can I meet my needs? Am I going to hurt this person? Or you just felt trapped because that person you allowed them to have so much control over you in the relationship. They played so many mental games with you. You felt like a victim in it. God forbid you were in an abusive relationship, a physical abuse relationship, but you felt like you were codependent on that person for something. So you felt trapped in that dynamic. Well, you entered a relationship because you needed to learn how to free yourself, because it's all mental. If you see this person, they have blindfold on. That means that the blindfold could be removed anytime. They're choosing not to see the way out of this entrapment. So some of you may have chosen not to make a move without realizing subconsciously that you're actually choosing that. But at any time, really, she could take this blindfold off and she could see. She's not completely trapped because all this is open. But you see the water at the bottom? She's standing in her emotions. One foot on the water and one foot on land. This person wasn't grounded. Okay? She could free herself. She could take the blindfolds off and she could walk right out. That was your collective. You were in a situation where you allow yourself to be stuck in that, either from fear, from past abandonment, from past wounds, for lack of mindset, entrapment, or codependency. But you went through a relationship which was trying to teach you how to balance yourself out, which was trying to teach you to believe in yourself, to see your worth, to see your truth, okay? For you to know how you should be treated and what you should want. So as far as what were you meant to learn from this relationship, you were meant to learn how to set yourself free. Okay, free from whatever your mind is telling you cannot do, you cannot be, you cannot achieve. For you to believe in yourself, see the truth in yourself, and know that you can, and free yourself. Okay, how has this connection changed or awakened the collective? Great. I love it. You found your way. You found that you are the empress. Okay? You found that not only can you have, achieve, and be everything that you want to be, but you found that you are abundant. You are fertility. You are creative. You are nurturing. You found that you have a voice. You've grown spiritually. All right. You have completed every cycle. You found that you can be whatever you want to be because you found your inner strength. You found your courage. You found your voice. You found your way. You went into introspection. A lot of you went into a hermit mode where you were just spending time with yourself, learning yourself, which is what this was really about. Okay, really, it was about seeking your truth. Okay, knowing who you are, and you went through this, and going through this has awakened you to see who you are. 10-10 when I say that. You're on the right path. You're now on the right path. You've learned the lessons. You've completed the cycle. So far, this is looking like nothing but a karmic cycle. This was a karmic relationship so far what's on this table, not a twin, okay? Not a twin. All right, so what did this person, why did this person enter my, too many, I only need one. Why did this person enter the collective's life? Why did this person enter the collective's life? Thank you. This is a very childish person, I tell you that. This person entered your life to make you tap into your creative abilities, to awaken your intuition, all right, to inspire you, for you to express yourself. They entered that so that they can help you tap into your gifts, awaken your spiritual gifts, all right. This is in your intuition, because we have the fish coming out of the cup. This person looking at the fish in this cup. This is an intuitive person, all right? And you're on a new beginning now. That's why this is a child, because you're going to start a fresh start, a new beginning. This person came in to awaken your intuition, to get you ready to go out there on a new opportunity, a new venture, and just have a new life. Yes, this new life may come with some bumps and stumps along the road, hence the water, the wavy water. You've been through a lot with all this water, with these waves. You've been through a lot emotionally, but now you're standing on fertile ground. You've come out of those emotions and you're standing on fertile ground. You're listening to your intuition now. Some of you might need to ground yourselves as well. But you've come a long way, and now you're doing something. You are doing something that you were meant to do. All right. So what? All right. So we're going to look at if this some indicators to really confirm if this was a twin flame. All right. So we're going to look at what this person connection, what they mirrored. If this was a twin flame, what did they mirror? What did this person mirror? I told you guys, I saw it coming. This person put you in the Five of Cups. This person, made you go through some regret. All right, some of you now you are regretting this person. You're not happy. You're not happy. So this is really, Five of Cups shows karmic. This was a karmic false twin. All right, I hate to tell you, majority of whoever's listening, you are in a karmic false twin, because the Five of Cups, they trigger regret, loss, and a real twin does not trigger that. Okay, they awaken you, but when they awaken you with good things. They don't awaken you with feelings of depression, of loss, of regret, of struggling, of death, and they don't teach you those lessons. They awaken you, trigger things that you need to heal, but in a loving, uplifting way. This is not a loving, uplifting way. So this is all karmic. So you guys had a karmic false twin, all right, who put you in disappointment, who put you in regret, who made you feel lost, who made you grieve. All right, so this is what the indicator so far is, that you did not have a twin, but you had a karmic relationship. So tell me more about the lessons for the release from this relationship. What are the lessons, the cycle for the release from this relationship? Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh. Yeah, for you to take action. The whole point of this was for you to take the lesson you're supposed to learn, was to charge ahead, take action, okay? Take action with yourself, be decisive, set boundaries, be determined to approach challenges with courage and determination, not to let other people control you or situations to control you, but for you to take action to control yourself, okay? For you to have the courage, to find your courage, your inner strength, to go out and tackle and do what you need to do, to charge with confidence, all right? To not let obstacles stand in your path, to be assertive, to use your head, to use discernment, to use wisdom as well, okay? So the last thing we're going to look at is what role this person played in your life, and And what role will they play moving forward? So what role will this person play in collective life moving forward? You have Five of Pentacles in reverse. All right. This person, they may reach out. That the cycle with them is really over. You've completed the cycle. It's over. You already have this out here that it's over. But this person may reach out to you at some point and ask you for some help. Okay, 15-15 when I say that. Your person's going to go through their karma. They're going to go through some struggling. And because you, in return, awaken them. They awaken you. You're on your spiritual journey. You're in your healing phase. And now they are starting at the same time to understand how they made you feel. So they are going to go through their karmic trials of relationships. Their dark matter of soul, basically, because you've triggered them. So they now have to feel how they made you feel. So they may at some point come to you to ask you for help, because they're not spiritually, they're in lack. All right. And they have hope that you can help them, that you can guide them. You might be doing something on a platform that's showing them, mentoring them in some type of way. But as far as you moving forward with them, the relationship is over. It's a five. It's a five. It's a five pentacles. It's over. But you were a catalyst for them. But they may reach out for help from you at some point. Okay. I want to see something else. Let's get the karmic lesson. So what's the karmic lesson for my collective? What's the karmic lesson? Unlocking patterns. Yeah, you had to unlock some patterns that you had. The pain didn't start today. You've lived this loop before, maybe in love, maybe in lineage. Awareness is the key. So they came into your life to bring you awareness, which is what I told you, to see that you don't have to stay held back by your limiting beliefs, by your relationships. You're not stuck. You're not a victim. Do not be a victim. Be the hero of your story, not the victim of your story, okay? To make you aware of some patterns that you had that you were doing. Maybe you kept dating the same type of person in a different body. Maybe you kept getting in the same type of situation, 1707 when I say that, and you needed to realize the pattern. You needed to go in, work on yourself, and break the pattern of behavior. And that was why you went through this karmic false twin 1717 when I say that relationship. It's so that they can awaken you so you can break the pattern. What's the lesson for the person that they were in a relationship with? To recognize relational wounds. You awaken them. Not every scar came from cruelty. Some came from absence, silence, or unmet needs. Name what hurt you. Your person needed to recognize their relational wounds. Okay, your person had wounds that went way back to childhood before you even met them. That had nothing to do with you. So this is somebody, because it says some came from absence, silence, or unmet needs. This is somebody that didn't really speak to you about how they felt. They didn't tell you what they were going through. This is somebody that held their heart back from you a lot of times. I feel like you were more open with your emotions than this person. This person had a closed heart because they had scars from their past that they never let go. They never wanted to talk about it. So you put this person now, you triggered them. So now they have to go in, okay? And they have to do some introspection to see, well, what's hurting me? Why am I still doing these patterns? Okay, you make them see something about themselves that they weren't ready to face. They didn't want to face it. So this person blew hot and cold with you. They would get with you, but the minute you start triggering them, they would ghost you. Okay, they didn't want to let go of their old patterns. So that's what this relationship was about. So collective, in the end and final and everything on this, you were not in a twin flame relationship. You were in a karmic relationship, okay? A karmic relationship that was here to serve as a catalyst for your awakening rather than be your longtime partner, okay? So this is what you want to know on a Wednesday. I hope that this resonates with you. If so, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell to alert you when I put my next reading out. And I'll put another one out to see what the energy is of today. Thank you.